Review your artworks, and this is what I'm going to do. And the beauty about reviewing, let's say, drawings, works on paper, I don't know what is at the bottom. I don't know what is next. I didn't look at it. All I can see is what's on the top of the pile. What is it? It's a composition inspired by a photograph from 1930s. A famous American German photographer. This is a creator, an artist who is turning into an energy, who is not any more human anymore. And he's painting some goddamn flowers, a photograph from 20 years ago. And there's a piece of lace, piece of panties, ladies' panties. And here is a wild composition, almost abstract. It was a flower. It was a flower, and there's a stencil of a heart, very powerful pink splashes, and the sculpture by Henry Moore. So it's a collage. It's a collage. This is abstract, upside-down composition inspired by embroidery pillows. When they have those pillows embroidered love or something. So I make those pillows, paint those pillows. Well, this is not a pillow. It became abstract. Says, love me. This is a Gaia tree with paint and with stencil of pulsating heart. There is a tree hollow, which is the magical bees live in this tree hollow, and they fly around and they pollinate. There is an artist palette, so artist probably died and is buried under. Here is diaries of an artist, and there are birds having a nest, and it says the dice has been tossed in Latin language, which means your destiny is all set before you were even born. This is a very conceptual landscape. It has just one tree and a lot of dirty greenish snow. So it's basically snow and the horizon is not visible. And what is this? This is a waterfall and a shooting star. It's an erotic landscape with a stencil of a pirate. It's a negative stencil, which means stencil goes on an empty surface of the paper and the paint gets splashed where there is no stencil. And the same goes for this and this. So there is a moon, shooting star, I call it good luck star, and a waterfall, erotic composition. This is a Gaia where a face comes out from the leaves of the greens of Gaia. And Gaia tree, the forces of organic life, inspired this artist standing on top of his painting flat on the floor, and the roots of Gaia are penetrating the painting. So the painting itself is a part of organic existence on planet Earth. Gaia is a goddess of all life, not only organic life on Earth, but in the whole universe. That's the idea of Gaia, the creator of organic life she is. This is a collage combination of 3-year-old drawing with Pandora's jar. Originally it was Pandora's jaw, and then it became Pandora's box. And the Pandora's jar, all the unfortunate things in the universe are released, and here's a screaming child. It's a self-portrait at age 6 or 7, and here's my self-portrait of current time, but I made me blue eyes. I don't have blue eyes. And there are 2 beating hearts made with a stencil with sand, and the guy's hair is also made out of sand, and his unshaved beard is made out of black pepper. So it stinks pretty good. So here is a figure of a tree that looks like a human being with spread arms. So it's an impersonation of a how do you call it in mythology, in anthropology? Oh, fuck, forgot. And here is a Gaia tree with Pandora's box paradox. So Pandora, all these unfortunate events happening in daily life on planet Earth, and a Gaia tree, which is organic life on Earth, prevails. It exists. It flourishes. The babies are born in a nest, and there is a stellar constellations. There is a pulsating subatomic particle, which stands for God. Pandora's box is also also made out of a watermark effect. There is DNA crossing space. There is signature of an artist also made, my signature, made with a watermark effect. This is a Gaia tree made out of food particles. So it's glue made Pandora, the Gaia tree is made out of these food particles. And then there is a holy grail made out of bronze glitter. So it's translusive, both Gaia and his ideas. It's translusive, and Holy Grail is also translusive. What is not translusive is green life, organic life, something you can eat. So that's not an illusion. It's not an idea. It's food you can eat. There's also a fabric of space and time being created at the bottom. This is an erotic composition with piece of lace and many hearts. It's a symbol of fire, flower, and this is also upside down. Okay, it's an artist on his knees in front of his paintings, and he's painting crazy ideas. And here's a page from some kind of literature with a drawing of a pirate, of a dagger. Very powerful yellow on his painting. It makes it stand out. And here is again composition of a Pandora's box paradox, artist's handprint, pulsating subatomic particle, which stands for God, and my pyramid of Giza, and the huge funeral stone, how do you call it, gravestone, and a Gaia tree of 2 branches, and very powerful energy coming from the earth and back to earth. So basically it's about metabolism of planet Earth, and there is a volcano, supervolcano on the horizon. This is how Earth recycles, carbon and oxygen and hydrogen. This is a self-portrait with a shooting star where the third eye is supposed to be. You understand? So it's not even about the details, whether I look like this. It doesn't matter. It's a human being inspired by the forces of life, and he's a creator, and there's a wheel of Dharma. It's a stencil that I designed to make a wheel of Dharma. Wheel of Dharma, it's time going on, and events repeat themselves, and karma repeats itself. So it's called Wheel of Dharma. This is a very powerful and profound flowers, tulip, with DNA crossing, pirate skull DNA. So it's a mixture, it's a sketch. I think it was a portrait. Somebody wanted to make a portrait, and I started without a down payment. Never do that. Never start a painting without a down payment. And here is a cutout from an old drawing. It's a hand. And here's a Gaia tree with an apple of Eden, apple of temptation. Apple in our civilization stands for abundance of goodness, of life. But Pandora's box is always there, and it's vibrating, bang, 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 bang. And a supervolcano is always there on the horizon, and the moon or the sun. I love this intricate, I think there's blood on it because I cut myself once and a lot of blood got splashed. So it's a very unique artwork with artist's blood on it. Somebody wanted to buy it. I forgot who. Shit, I should put it aside. Maybe I'll remember who wanted to buy it. Somebody wanted to buy it, so I'll put it aside. These are $69 if you're interested to buy. And plus shipping, I can ship it on Monday. Beautiful rose, intricately designed. Designed by my so-called infinity machine. So I close my eyes and I make something with closed eyes, and then I try to figure out what came out. And in this case, I figured it was a rose, and I added a few lines, and here is a rose, right? And here is a couple, my girlfriend and myself, with some kind of seeds on top. Yeah, and she has a bronze glitter hair. I had a lot of bronze paint, so I was experimenting with that. This is a collage of an old drawing and recent addition with paint. Here again, an artist in the process of creation, and this is 3 dice has been tossed. So the destiny has been decided. The artist's hair is made out of some kind of seeds, and he's turning into a creature. You see, he already has 4 hands, like Shiva, and his teeth are like lizard or something. So he's becoming non-human anymore. He was human when he was young. This is his DNA and all the complexity of his destiny. But now he becomes a creature in a process of creation. He's not a human anymore. He's a pure energy, undefined shapes. This is very old. This is from 1997, I think, or 98. This is a very interesting composition where the color is applied illogically. So first there is a drawing, black and white, handprint, a couple handprints, and then I decide apply color, introduce color into black and white, which is very difficult to do because black and white is a very powerful form of expression. Colors, they work together, but when you apply one color next to black and white, you're facing something very challenging. So this is why introducing one color at the time is very challenging. Here there are already 3 colors. You see that magnesia, green, and there is a little blue over there. Plus there is grays, plus there is cream. So it's complicated. When paintings become colorful, they become complicated psychologically. Color has psychological impact on a human being. Here is an artist passionately painting whatever he's painting. The artist is made with a splash and then with a print of a cardboard. So he's made out of, the print. There is also a rock that fall out of the bottle of paint when I was splashing. I use those rocks inside little bottles, so when I shake the paint, it shakes much better, mixes much better. So it's a very passionate artist painting and screaming something. It doesn't matter that his anatomical details are not proper, because in this case, artist becomes an energy of creation, the creation itself. The artist becomes the process. And here's an artist with 4 brushes in his left hand. His right arm is on his right knee. He's on his knees in front of the painting. And it says, time, God, art, and mind, I guess. Okay, this is a man grabbing a woman. It's an abstract composition, and there is some sand over this blackness. I guess it was too black when I was painting it, so I softened the blackness of the black with pouring some sand. This is a lovely composition of a landscape where the sand poured over the blue creates those interesting, intricate clouds. And again, the mountains are very heavy black, made with a stencil under the paper. So it's quite a lesson for you. In 10 minutes, you can learn technology and everything. Here is a city, New York City, some kind of moon, and some kind of fire or something happening. And there's a skull as a ghost, as an image appearing there, some kind of pyramid, some kind of structure, and some kind of rain coming down this way. And here's New York City, Brooklyn Bridge. Here's, and again, an artist painting, and with his brush, or maybe it's a flag he's holding something that is called art. It's a composition of an inspired person. And here is a landscape with a holy grail underwater. Holy Grail is a concept, there's an idea, and the stars are made out of sand. It's actual sand attached onto the paper. I love to play with different technologies. Oh, this is a beauty. So it's a nighttime landscape, completely made out of bronze paint with sand on the right side but no sand on the left, so bronze becomes darker, and these enigmatic stars and the lake. and the mountains far away. Oh, this is a masterpiece. It cannot, none of those drawings can be done again. You understand? Each individual brushstroke and line cannot be repeated, because that's the way I paint, and this is the intention of my art, to paint the way that it cannot be painted again. Because art, in its essence, my art, is a sign of space and time. It captures space and time, and that's it. It happened once, and it will never happen again. Lovely, beautiful landscape with yellow sun, upside down, mountains with snow.